Big Money Bound TV, RRT Posse YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I release scheduled videos every Monday, 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, but I also release some unscheduled videos throughout the week. Now, if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you. Today's video, a subscriber requested video. Jackie Suarez, she said, love watching your videos. Hey, I love the supporters. Thank you for watching. I have a question. When you first started your first job as a respiratory therapist, how long did they train you before you started doing things on your own? That's no problem. I can answer that. You want to know how long I got trained? I'm going to tell you that. And I'm also going to tell you the only two things they taught me while training me. They only taught me two things as a new registered respiratory therapist at my first job. Only two things. That's it. You want to know what those two things were? All you got to do is keep watching. Just keep watching.
What we represent, man?
Big money bound.
Say, let her know, man.
Big money bound.
The kids, man. We got the kids, man.
How long did they train me before they let me start doing things on my own? I was a lucky one. I got a full week's worth of training. A full week, meaning 3 shifts. I got 3 12-hour shifts of training, and I was a lucky one. Some people only got 1 day. Some people didn't get no days, only because they had interned at the same job when they were in school, so they knew everything. They knew the 2 things I'm about to tell you. They had already knew that. I didn't intern here, so I needed to know those 2 things. But they gave me a full week. That's back then. But it's a new day and age. We still in the midst of like the COVID-19 situation. I don't know how many days they're gonna give you. They may give you a lot more. They may give you a lot less. Because it's COVID-19, they need help. They want you to really know how to move and what to do. It all depends on what facility you at. But I got 3 shifts, 1 full week. Now the 2 things that they showed me and that they're gonna show any other respiratory therapist come into the field. 2 things they're gonna show you. Before I get to them 2 things. This is what they not gonna show you. They not gonna show you how to be a respiratory therapist. No job you get hired for is gonna show you how to be a respiratory therapist. What am I talking about? Let me elaborate. They're not gonna show you how to be a respiratory therapist. Randy, why not? Because you're a respiratory therapist already. You already passed the program. You passed your state board exam. You have a registered respiratory therapist license. That's what you are. You're a respiratory therapist. They're not gonna tell you, okay, so when the vent is alarming and it's saying peak pressures are high, that means that there's either mucus in the lungs, that means you probably got a collapsed lungs, patient probably biting the tube. They're not gonna tell you that. That's what you call on-the-job training. No, you went to school for this. You should already know this stuff. You should already have learned this in your internship when you were in school. So they're not gonna show you how to be no respiratory therapist. So if you're thinking, I want to show me how to be a therapist, hey, while you in that internship, learn how to be a respiratory therapist while you interning. That's when you learn how to become a respiratory therapist. Not when you get the job for respiratory therapy. Now I'm finna learn how to be a therapist. No. Now you're gonna pick up more skills. You're gonna become more knowledgeable in the field of respiratory therapy. But they're not gonna show you how to be a respiratory therapist. You just spent 2 years at the schoolhouse. So I just want to get that out of the way now. When you get your job, they not going to show you how to be a respiratory therapist. They expect you to already know how to be a respiratory therapist. They expect you to know what to do if a patient saturation is in the 80 and they on room air. Give them oxygen. That's what respiratory therapists know. I expect you to know that. The 2 things that they're going to show you when training you at your first job as a respiratory therapist. The first thing they're gonna train you on, they're gonna show you how the computer system works. everything within their computer system. That means charting. When given a med, you scan the med first, then you scan the patient. Or you scan the patient first, then you scan the med. Then you go inside the charting system. You put down breath sounds, heart rate, adverse reactions to the treatments, how did they tolerate the treatment, did they improve after the treatment? That's part of the charting. You go and give a patient a treatment, patient say, hey, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here. You go and chart that. Patient refuse. Nurse is aware. They're gonna show you the system, the computer system. How to find the orders within the computer system. How to find out the orders for this patient. What medication they're supposed to be getting. What time the ABG supposed to be due. How to put in additional orders. See how? Hey, I want the Halloween on you. How to put in additional orders. How to put in for ET2 maintenance. Let's say you change the Hollister on the ET2. You want to put, let that be known. I moved it from left side to right side. You want to let that be known. Patient was on BiPAP. Now they intubated and they're on ventilator. Some hospitals you work at, you got to go in there and put the ventilator settings within the computer. That's part of the computer system. They're going to show you how to do that. They're going to show you how to find ABGs for all the ABGs you're supposed to be doing. They're going to show you how to set up your work assignment. So when you get your assignment, you get your floors. They're going to show you how to put in order all the floors you have and all the treatments from that floor. They're going to show you how to get to that floor and what patients on that floor have breathing treatment. They're going to show you everything within this computer system. How to find orders associated with extubation. That's very important. You don't want to extubate a patient without a doctor's order. You want to find that order. So when you extubate a patient, God forbid something goes wrong. Why did you extubate that patient when they tell you to do that? Yes, you did. I checked the orders. They're going to show you that system. I'm stressing this because this stuff is important. They're going to show you how to find the reasons the patient came into the hospital, how to find the patient's medical history. So when you give reports, you know exactly the meat and the potatoes to give the oncoming therapist. That's what they're going to show you. That's one thing. The computer system and everything associated with it. If it's some things you feel like I forgot, drop down in the comments. Let us know what else inside that computer system they're going to show you as a new respiratory therapist at the first job and a new job. Let us know. We helping one another. Now the second thing they're going to show you is where everything is at. I'm going to show you how to get to your ventilators, where the ventilators are stored, where the BiPAPs are stored, where the equipment is stored. Nebulizers, HMEs, circuits, ambu bags, BiPAP masks, nebulizers, I said that, nasal cannulas, medium mask, large mask, small mask, extra ET tubes, blades, tape, any equipment that a respiratory therapist will need to perform their job. They're gonna show you where this stuff is located. I hope. So if you don't see that, tell them show you that, because Randy from Big Money Bound TV said you need to know that. You want to know where everything is at. ABG kits, patient charts, how to get to the charts, how to find the patient stickers, to label your ABGs. What else? Come on, Randy. What else they gonna need? Come on, dog. What else they gonna need? All right. The bronch carts that y'all gonna be doing bronchs. All the equipment that you're gonna need as a respiratory therapist, they're gonna show you where that equipment is at. This was done over a 3-day period for me. 3 12-hour shifts, that's what they showed me. Now, with that being said, let's jump back into the other comments that Jackie had for me. Suarez, I hope that's your last name. If not, hey, forgive me, I'm human, though. All right. I replied back to the first message. I love the love. That's real. I was trained for 3 whole shifts. Thanks for watching RRT Posse, you feel me? Jackie responded, is that enough time to learn everything? Because I was assuming that it's about 6 months of training because nurses get a long training. I replied, yeah, kind of, sort of. I'll do a video on the topic. Please have post notifications turned on. I'm gonna release it soon. ASAP, because this is an important topic. So, because nurses get long training. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jackie. I don't care nothing about nurses, man. RRT posse. This ain't nothing about no nurses. But shout out to the RNs though. But I'm here for the RRT posse. But shout out to the RNs. But I care about RRT posse. Is that enough time to learn everything? No, it is not. Ain't no way you're gonna learn everything in 3 whole shifts. You're not gonna learn everything. Jackie continued with, "You're amazing. Thank you." Amen. Thank you. Without y'all, it would be no me. You feel me? So I thank y'all. Like, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. That video would definitely help me out. I'm the type of person that needs training before going to the floor alone. Alright. So for all the Jackies out there in the world, for all the Jackies and the Jacks, so for all the males and the females in respiratory therapy, you're not gonna know everything you need to know. But hopefully, this is how it has always been for me. You're gonna be amongst a group of respiratory therapists on that shift that's willing to help the newbie, that's willing to help a new respiratory therapist. Hey, if you have any questions, call me. If you don't know what to do, call me. If you're unsure about something, call me. A lot of the stuff that you're gonna learn, when you get out of school, you're gonna know probably 8 or 9% of what you need to know to make it years in respiratory therapy. But you're gonna learn these things as you go. You're gonna pick up things. You're gonna see what somebody else doing. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. That's why I recommend it in the Surviving the First Year Respiratory Therapist video I dropped a while ago. What you wanna do is something that you're unfamiliar with, unsure about. You unsure about going to the unit? When you finish up your work, you go to the unit. Whoever in the unit, you say, hey, do you mind if I do bed 7 and 4 and you take care of the rest of them? Do you mind if I help you? No one is turning down help. Let's say you about to do something and you unsure if this is right or wrong. You go up to the person, hey, I'm not quite sure if I did this right. You may be like, they're gonna be like, this dude don't know what they're doing. That's why you kind of use reverse psychology. I'm not sure if I did this right, and I want to make sure I'm doing it right, so when I come help you for your next round, I don't gotta bother you again. So you gonna be back for my next round? Oh, they finna help me, so I'm finna help them. You gotta get in their brain. So he said you need training before going to the floors. That's why when you in your internship, that's your training, like that's your hands-on training. You feel me? So really make sure while you're in that internship, you at the hospital interning, you really get your hands involved. So once you finish that and you become a therapist, you get your license, you start your first job, you're somewhat comfortable with going out to the floors on your own. So in that internship, man, really be a sponge, soaking up all the game you feel like you're gonna need, man. That's the time to really learn. That's the time to ask any stupid questions, which is really no stupid question, but it depends on where you work at and who you ask. Because some people will put you out on blast. Like me personally, I don't do that because sometimes, bro, things happen. You forget things. You don't know things, including with me. I'm human. So really in that internship, man, really get your hands involved, man. Soak up all the game like a sponge, man. You want to really be okay with going to the floors by the time you get out of school. That's very important. And once you get into the hospital, you get that job. Like I said, no one's going to teach you how to be a respiratory therapist. That's not what they're here for. That's not saying that no one isn't going to help you. That's not saying you're not going to learn something for somebody else. When there's a cold blue, you just started in the hospital, you're new here. It's a cold blue. You think they're just going to leave you up there by yourself? It's a cold blue going on, it's only you up there. No, it's going to be 2 to 3 people helping you. At the hospitals I work at least 3 people have to go to every cold blue. You may end up only needing 2 people. But let's say your first 12 cold blues, you got 3 people there. Now for your 13th cold blue, you should be able to manage with 2 people there. Now for your 38th cold blue, you should be able to know what to do. Everything is at by yourself. That's why I'm telling you. You're gonna know where everything is at. Like, okay, it's gonna be a cold blue. This is how it's gonna happen. You're responsible for getting the cold box, supplying the doctor with the blade, the ET tube, have the Hollister, the CO2 detector, and have your stethoscope to hear the breath sounds when they go in. That's your job. So you're gonna know where to go to get that and how to set that up. Some hospitals you work, some hospitals I worked at, I had to go get all that equipment. Some hospitals I worked at, the intubating team brought that equipment up. And it was only my job to secure the Hollister and put the patient on the vent. So don't stress out too much about, I gotta know, trust me. You get your board exam, like you pass your board exam, you get your license, you gonna know what to do. Now I'm not saying you're not gonna feel comfortable. That don't mean you're not gonna feel uncomfortable. That's natural. You gonna feel that way. Over time, you gonna get better with it. Trust me. Randy, how do you know? I've been there. I was in there scared, shaking in my boots. Now go on here, give me that shaking hands, and I did my job and I'm gone. I wish everybody the best. Jackie and Jax, I wish y'all the best. It's possible. RRT Posse, Respiratory Therapy saved me. Thanks for watching.